Welcome back to another gear review. My name's Graham from Greyhouse Visual. If you're new to the channel, if you're not, thanks for checking back in and hearing my opinion on some gear that we use to shoot mostly wedding videos. There's such a huge range of lights out there, from panels to cob lights. There's so many different strengths, and they range from very inexpensive, maybe you're wondering if the price is too good to be true on it, or to really expensive, and is it worth the price at that price point? Now, I held off on buying proper lights for a really long time just because of the price of the ones that I was wanting to get. And we made do with LED panels that weren't very powerful, and we were always having to scooch them up a little bit closer than we wanted to. And it started to become a little bit intrusive to the vibe of the wedding receptions, etc. that we were shooting. I started shopping around out of the blue one day, about 2 years ago now, and randomly came across, I think it was just like a YouTube suggested video to watch, and it was the Aputure Lightstorm 60x. Now there's the 60D and the 60X. The D is for daylight, so it's single daylight color, and the X is bicolor, so you can go really cold temperature or really warm temperature, and you can match the room really nice, which is fairly common across the board with lights. But what sold me on it was the built-in Fresnel attachment. For those of you who don't know what Fresnel is, it's essentially just a spotlight. So it gives you the option to flood the space, or you can focus your beam and focus on a subject and really like dial it in for like a really sharp light. You can buy attachments for a lot of lights out there for them that aren't terribly expensive, but it's just one more thing that you have to buy, one more thing you have to bring. But this has that built-in spot feature on it. Now, the Aputure products, for those of you who are familiar with them, know that they're amazing. You have app control on it via Bluetooth on your phone, which is so nice. Their build quality is great. I was pretty sold on the idea of it. Now, I went to look for the price. I was expecting something around like the $1,000 Canadian range, or $1,200 or $2,000, because that's what I had seen from Aputure products in the past from looking. So after shopping around and looking for one to see if any local places had it in stock so that I didn't have to wait for shipping, because I'm super impatient, I found one in stock somewhere, and to my surprise, it was $580 Canadian, which is like so crazy to me. Like, it's not on the like cheap end of gear, but like no good gear is really cheap, but it was so cheap for what I was expecting. I did not expect to find this light for like under $600 Canadian. We picked one up, and we have sold like all of our friends on this light between photographers and videographers. It's the sickest light ever. I'll show it to you. So when you open it up, in the bag, you have your light that it comes with. You have a cable to plug it in, because you have the option of plugging it in to an outlet, of course. You have your D-tap cable, so you can plug it into a V-mount battery, which is very handy if you use V-mount batteries. If not, it's worth buying because it'll last you all day with this thing. It also gives you this attachment here for the Sony NPF, whatever they're called, batteries, which we use for screens. So super handy, because at the time I didn't have V-mount batteries, so I figured I could use some extra NPF batteries for it. Now we have a ton of V-mounts, so we mostly go with those, but it does come in handy if you're running low on batteries and have extra of one or the other. It gives you the option of both, and it just comes with it, which is super sick. You don't have to spend any extra money on it. It also comes in with extra attachment rings to attach light boxes and stuff. It comes with barn doors, of course, for extra help shaping light. It comes with everything you need in the bag for that price too. It's not giant, it's not small. You got fans on there, you got your little dials, etc. on the back. So we started using the light. The spotlight is as awesome as you expect it to be. You can focus a beam hundreds of feet away with them. Like, it's crazy for just such a small wattage light. It's all we need for what we do. The main reason why I wanted it was just to have something we could set up far away, not in anybody's faces, and focus it on a speech giver. And you can put it basically essentially right on the person. You can block the podium out, so you still get that room ambience, but you light up the person so they're not dark and they're nicely exposed. One thing to note with this light is, because of the focusable beam, if you're wanting to use this in a studio setting with a softbox, I'd recommend staying away from the Aputure Light Dome Mini 2s or whatever, or the mini light domes. These won't fill the entire thing. So I had to buy a secondary studio light that fills the softbox up super nice, but not a big deal. Strength of the light is more than enough for what we use it for at a wedding. It's usually dark in the room, so we don't need to be blasting. We're not competing with exterior light so much. Highly, highly recommend this light. The price is good. The quality's insane for what you're getting. It's like, yeah, It's the only light you need. I hope this helps if you're new to lights or if you're just wanting to upgrade yours. These are the way to go. Again, a lot of our photographer friends now are starting to use these. If you're interested in picking one up or learning more about it, we have the affiliate link linked below in the subscription. Let us know your thoughts on the light, or if there's anything I didn't really cover. I know it's not super in depth, but I mean, hopefully this helps you decide if you're looking to make a decision on it. If you do have any questions on it that I didn't answer, we're just a DM away, just a comment away, and we'll get right back to you. And until next time, we will see you later.